Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of VeVe Comic Talk. Today is Thursday, September 29th, the day before the Star Wars vehicle drop. I really like the ship, but I'm not going for that drop. Let's get right to the market. The markets are mixed today, with the comics down and the collectibles we were watching up. For the comics that we're looking at, we have 53 up, 62 down, 36 even. The averages have moved up, where we have 45 up on 106 down. So you can see that here. We have a slight bounce from yesterday. That's kind of interesting. So, it's a divergence from what's happening in the crypto and the stock market, which are down pretty big today. On the collectible side, collectibles are faring a little bit better, where we're looking at 32 up, 26 down, 6 even. A lot of the action is in the Marvel Mighties. I'm going to make a video about that. I really like trading the Marvel Mighties. I really like collecting the Marvel Mighties. Vader is slightly up. We're still at $8.99. We're still below 1,000. Let's take a look at what I bought and sold. So today I bought, I'm going to probably try to complete the Pixar Pals collection. I bought the Mike Wazowski common. I bought, and we'll talk about this as well, as I wasn't going to add any more Amazing Spider-Man 1s, but there was one listed for $28, which is a ridiculous price. I bought a Tales of Suspense 57 first appearance of Hawkeye for $5.79. This book is down huge. I did sell a number of things. The Vengeance #1 common, that's been trading well. I've been trading the Stitch common. I flipped that yesterday. You saw me buy it the other day, and I just sold it pretty immediately. And the Tales of Suspense 52 and 57s. The rares I had listed for a while, and they sold. So before we get to the topic of the day, which is going to be about drops and what maybe VeVe can do to improve their drops, let's take a look at ASM. Now, this is really really bearish, because ASM next to Amazing Fantasy 15 and the Marvel Comic 1, that and Fantastic Four 1 are, to me, the major books that, when comic collectors come to the marketplace, or hopefully if comic collectors come to the VeVe marketplace, people are going to want. Take a look at this. So we are hitting incredible lows. So here's a support right there, right a little bit below where we're at now. So it's hard to read here. So let's say it's about at $27, or right there. The resistance is somewhere up here. This is one thing that's really difficult to use about Ecomi Wiki, is drawing the lines. So we're looking here at this candle. So we're looking at about $60, $61. I've been talking a lot about the descending triangle. You can see it here. So it looks like this pattern will play out somewhere toward the end of October. So this is going to be key from now to the end of October. We should see a breakout out of this pattern. Hopefully it's up. If it's down, it's going to be, I think, incredibly disastrous. If we break below this level of support, and if we break below if we break to the downside out of the descending triangle, for me, I think I would almost put my VeVe on hold. It'd be too low to liquidate, even though I'm still up. I think, any liquidation at that point, any break below would be horrible. Hopefully we'll break above it. So let's talk a little bit about the drop. So if you watch my last video, which not many of you did, it's kind of boring unless you're a computer dude, but it's really important. And I think a number of other companies who've tried this, whether it be Konami on the Yu-Gi-Oh side and also Wizards of the Coast, Magic of the Gathering, when they first started doing it and tried to make it a race, first to click is first to buy. They found the inequities of that because we won't go into it, but technically it's just because people further from an AWS node or whatever node, if people are on Azure, I don't think they are, probably on AWS, they're at a significant disadvantage for popular drops. So what can VeVe do to improve this? One is the queue system. But there's some other options, and I wanted to show you one of them. And this is something similar in the trading card realm. And again, we have a trading card store called The Planet. It's one of the larger trading card stores in Hawaii, specializing in Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, and Pokemon. And Magic has this thing called Secret Lair. Now, this is all physical world stuff, but how this started is the secret layers used to be a race to click the button to buy. Then what they did was they messed with limiting the amount that you could buy, but it's basically a print to order. So everything is a pre-order. So they list various sets, unique sets, in this case, the astrology lands. And if you want to do it, you pre-order it. So if 1 million people pre-order, they print 1 million copies. If 100,000 people order, they print 100,000 copies and they don't reprint it. Now, this has sparked some, let's say, so initially it sparked some protest in the LGS, the local game store community, because that basically cut the local game stores like us out, and because Wizards is selling singles directly to the end user. But what this does is, for us, we don't really care. For the more popular ones, we buy some and then we resell some of the more popular ones. It just depends how popular this is. Some of them go below retail, some of them go above retail. It just depends on the demand for the particular card, just like VeVe. So why is this become so popular and so successful? It's because, to me, when people want to collect it, let's say they want to collect these astrology lands, we don't think this is going to be that great, but let's say it was. The collectors and the investors are able to get this special printing. Now, as VeVe sits right now, this method would not work because, number one, they're not enough. We don't have enough customers. I mean, Magic has tens of millions of buyers, and only a small section of those are going to buy the secret layer. But they sell a lot of these. The Wizards of the Coast direct to the consumer is a big profit center for the parent company Hasbro. But VeVe can play around with this. So let's say they do something where, okay, I really think the mint numbers are too low. So let's say they up the mint numbers and they do like they did with AF-15, and you get one per account. People may protest about this. I mean, some of the some of the VeVe users who are looking to make quick bucks are gonna protest. Well, they're gonna go, well, if they did that on AF15, that'd really drop the value. But yeah, but that's because you want quick returns. You want to put in, you know, like on some of the other comics, you want to put in $6.99 and you want to make 200 gems. Or an AF15, you know, you want to put in what was it, 30, and you want to make, you know, 400, 800. And that to me is the problem with the VeVe community now. I mean, that's not, to me, collecting. You know, it's like that's just pure gambling. Now let's look at it on the long term. So let's say what we all think was, what most of us think is, you know, this becomes super popular and we have millions of users. What if the mint was 30,000, 60,000? The value, once we, you know, if VeVe gets 1 million users and who are coming in hoping to buy collectibles and comics, I'll leave the others out because I'm not really that interested. But let's say on the comic side, do you think that the value of AF15, if it was at 60,000 mint, is going to be low? There is absolutely no way. The reason why comics like Amazing Spider-Man 1, which is one of the grails in the physical world, is at 20. I could pick one up at $28. Is because we have no users. The user base is so small, and people are we're just selling to each other. So if you look at VeVe Fox's VeVe X Tracker, I mean, take a look at this. There's only 1,460 sellers, of which I'm one of them, buying and selling every day, and 1,462 buyers. 1,000? That's ridiculous. So maybe for these 1,000 users, even at these highs here, these 12,000 buyers, 12,000, that's nothing. I mean, Wizards of the Coast, Konami, Pokemon, they'll laugh at 12,000 buyers. They don't. What do they care about 12,000 buyers? They want 12 million buyers. So even if they did this and gave every one of these buyers, or even more, let's say you doubled it, 20,000. If all of those guys were able to get an AF15, yeah, the value of AF15 would be lower right now. But we're all betting on the long term that this is going to take off. And if it does, whether there's 20,000 mint, 30,000 mint, 60,000 mint, or the 10,000 mint, for comics like AF15, ASM 1, FF1, Daredevil 1, Marvel 1, it's not going to make one bit of difference because there's going to be so much demand for such few mints. I really think VeVe needs to change this drop system, and also, you know, I'm sure I also really think they need to change the retail prices. I mean, they're just too high. You know, they're probably locked in contractually, so that, I mean, that's probably not going to happen. I mean, the average comic price in the real world is what, $2.99, and we're paying $6.99. Of course, we have the ability to, you know, get the 3% or less than 3% chance to make money, get a higher value. That's kind of like my thoughts on the drops. You know, I hope VeVe considers it. I'm sure. I'm sure they're all super smart guys. They're way smarter than me. But I mean, they really need to look at, in my opinion, of the trading card companies, it's Wizards of the Coast. They have to look at what Wizards of the Coast is doing. I mean, if you follow Hasbro stock and are Hasbro stock investor, I happen to be one, and I'm down on that now. But anyway, if you look at their quarterly reports, the trading card side of it, the collectible part of it, is a big profit center, and a lot of that is how Wizard of the Coast is selling direct to the consumer. Well, that's my overview of the market and my thoughts on the drops. I really enjoy communicating with you via the comments. Please leave any thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be sure to respond. I also, for my spreadsheet, you can download it from the link below. And it's useful if you're in trading every day. I mean, going through the comics or the collectibles that you're looking to collect or trade. It's a really helpful exercise because people are selling stuff at crazy mints, crazy low prices now, and it helps you get those. Well, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Good luck on the drop tomorrow. I will not be going for it. I'm going to try to pick a TIE Fighter in the aftermarket. Take care and aloha.